wow, this movie is so amazing that it actually got on my Volume 4 Ruby cosplay for me to wear for Salt City Comic Con coming up. I never thought that would actually happen. Okay, yeah, I think you pretty much know where I'm getting at by this point, but hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here with a brand new thoughts video for all of you guys, and it's pretty much just like I promised some time ago in the previous video, which thankfully, I guess you already seen the title anyways, but yeah, and I guess in case you're wondering, yes, that is my Volume 4 Ruby cosplay that I currently have out in my out of my closet right about now. To which yeah, I am gonna be wearing for a Salt City Comic Con, as I did confirm in the promo video that I posted on the SamAttack channel. To which, if you haven't seen it, definitely go check it out. But that's beside the point. That But yeah, I'm here with a brand new thoughts video for all of you guys, and today, I'm gonna be talking about Toy Story 4, yeah. So yeah, just right around today, I just saw the movie, earlier today, which, is actually gonna be a whole lot of fun, which, yeah, I think I did say, I think I know I was going to see both Godzilla King of the Monsters and Dark Phoenix, sometime earlier, but sadly that never happened as we speak, so I'll wait until they come out on DVD, and then I'll talk about those two, but that won't be until later this year, so we'll probably wait and see. But nevertheless, I am going to be talking about Toy Story 4, which did came out right around well over a week ago, to which I was really excited about, and yeah, the movie is finally out, and I'm going to be talking about it now. Now, beforehand, I think I might as well go ahead and make myself clear. I love the Toy Story movies. Pretty much as a little kid, I really have a fascination with the first Toy Story when I saw it when it was on VHS around that time, and yeah, me personally, I think it's actually a really great movie. In fact, probably one of the best animated movies I have seen to date, and not to mention the second film as well as the third film, they're both equally impressive. I really love every minute of those two, and I really love on how they can step things up a notch. So yeah, I guess if anything, I guess you can easily tell that if you actually want to recall on what is my favorite CG anime movie of all time, I would definitely put Toy Story, pretty much put all of the Toy Story movies on that list. So yeah, that's how good all those movies are. I guess there was never a time for any Toy Story movies that are bad or anything. They're all equally impressive, which is actually quite nice. Oh, yeah. Just need some good old-fashioned water because I need to help quench my thirst after eating so much popcorn at the theater. So yeah, I guess if anything, when I heard that they're gonna be making a fourth Toy Story movie, to which I think oddly enough, I was a little bit concerned about it at first because the third film ended on a perfect note, but what really got me excited is, of course, when I saw the trailers for the movie, which actually did got me really excited a bit, and got to see what they were gonna go for. So yeah, I guess if anything, I did manage to go see it right around today, or probably depending on when I'm recording this video, and what do I think about them, what do I think of this movie in comparison to the other movies? Well, I have to say, I guess you already saw it coming. Yeah, I really love this movie. Yeah, I guess if anything, I think pretty much in comparison with the other three Toy Story movies, the fourth film, I have to say, I enjoyed this well. Yeah, I guess if anything, yeah, I guess you can easily tell I really love this movie, hands down. There was nothing wrong with it. There was no time for me to say this part is terrible. You're ruining this. No, No, not at all. This film, I will have to say, I enjoyed the whole lot. I have loved every single moment, and I enjoyed every minute in this movie. So yeah, I guess if anything, yeah, that's pretty much how I feel about Toy Story 4. I think it's actually a really great addition to the others that came out, which actually makes a whole lot of fun. So yeah, I guess if anything, I guess you can easily tell I love this movie fine. So yeah, where do I start for the most part? Well, I have to say the story. I say it's actually really well crafted. Just pretty much taking place after the events of the third film, where of course pretty much all of the Toy Story gang, consisting of Woody, Buzz Lightyear, Rex, Mr. Potato Head, Slinky, and plenty of others that I can think of at the top of my head. They're now in custody of a new child that would take care of them. To which I think I will give it away right there and there. The new child taking care of the toys is of course Bonnie, in replacement for Andy for a bit, which I have to say is not that bad, but if you want a little bit more in-depth on that, I say go watch the third film. So yeah, I guess if anything, pretty much all the toys that originally belonged to Andy is now in custody of Bonnie, as shown in the third film. Yeah, and pretty much yeah, and I guess you could pretty much where it goes from there. Yeah, it's pretty much what I can think of, and not to mention they go into another bit of a new adventure together, and not to mention some not only some new characters get to show up here and there, but also some old ones that we know and love actually get a chance to come back, which is actually really impressive. So yeah, I have to say the story, I have to say, is actually a really great one, and it actually does show what happens next. It's after the third film ending on a perfect note. Almost actually leaves you guessing with what's been going on, which I have to say is actually a really great idea, and sort of like expanding the whole storyline, even though the main storyline has been wrapped up. Sort of like a new chapter for the most part, which yeah, I have to say, and I'm pretty sure a lot of kids like us have had that same experience before. We all grew out of our toys and actually give them to the new younger kids that will actually take care of them as much as we do. So I have to say that's actually really impressive, and not to mention, I think I really love some of the ideas that they dabbled into, like of course the subject of lost toys given to some new owners from what I'm seeing. So yeah, I have to say that's actually a really impressive story for this movie, and not to mention it's even mixed in with some really great writing from what I see. So yeah, that's actually really awesome. Oh yeah. And not to mention, it's even mixed in with some really great heartwarming moments, and not to mention some really great comedy from what I'm seeing. I think there were some times I actually did get a good laugh out of some of the jokes that they had in, but I'll get to one of them a little later on, which is actually going to be really awesome. And yeah, not to mention, speaking about what I said about the characters, they're all incredibly interesting, and they really showed on how much they grew since after the last few movies. So yeah, I guess if anything, I think I really love on how the characters grew, and not to mention, we all know and love. Yeah, I think we all know the ones we're talking about, with of course Woody being Woody, Buzz Lightyear being Buzz Lightyear, and plenty of others that I can think of. Yeah, and I guess the one thing I never expected in the fourth film, which is actually really impressive, is that Bo Peep is back, which yeah, yeah, I have to say it is actually really quite nice to have Bo Peep come back for this movie. In fact, I knew she was absent from the third film, but I'm really glad that that this movie actually did clear up on where she is right about now and how she was doing, which I have to say is actually a really, really nice change, and I think I really love every minute that she's on screen, and not to mention, I think it's even mixed in with some really great performances from the actors playing these characters. Like, I can still never get enough of course, Tom Hanks and Tim Allen being in a room together as Woody and Buzz, and not to mention Annie Potts still holds up as really great Bo Peep. Like in the first two films, she actually really is likable from what I'm seeing, and yeah, like I said, Annie Potts actually pulled off a really great performance in both in the first two movies as Bo Peep, and I think now with this film, now that she came back, she still has that same amount of energy as in the first two films. So yeah, I have to say that's actually really impressive, and yeah, pretty much that's pretty much all I can say. Not only the actors pulling off great performances, but the old characters still have that same amount of charm and likability. Now, as for the new characters, I have to say, where do I begin with them? They're actually really great additions to the group. Like of course one that I can think of is that you got this spork with of course twisting up arms and of course I can't remember at the top of my head, but sticks for legs. Yeah. And what was his name? Oh yeah, Forky. Yeah. Forky is of course one of the new characters that was adding in, and pretty much his whole idea is that pretty much in the beginning, almost past the halfway point in the movie, is that he's pretty much I think he's been begging to be thrown into the trash until Woody actually convinces him that he is an actual toy that Bonnie can play with, which I think is actually really impressive, and I guess if anything, I never thought I would see the day that one of the gang members have to be on suicide parole. So I guess there's that. So yeah, and not to mention one of the other ones that they introduced is of course Gabby Gabby, which is of course one of those antique baby type toys that I can't remember at the top of my head, but I think she's been wanting to actually get her hands onto a child for quite a while now, but not in the way that you think. I mean, like getting like an actual child to actually pick her up, which is actually pretty difficult, and not to mention she is I think she did start off as like a whole bad guy type thing, which I know is pretty common in these Toy Story movies. There's always got to be a bad guy, but this one is actually done differently, and not to mention her gang of marionettes is pretty creepy from what I see. So yeah, I really like the development with Gabby Gabby from what I'm seeing, which I have to say is actually really quite nice. So, but of course, yeah, and of course, I think one of the other characters is that was introduced that I never thought I would see coming is of course Duke Kaboom, which I have to say is actually a really great addition to the group from what I'm seeing, and not to mention he's really likable in this movie. He's pretty much a whole Daredevil toy from what I'm seeing, and not to mention I think I will give this out to you guys. He is voiced by Keanu Reeves, which I have to say is actually really impressive. I mean, really think about this. If you can actually take probably Keanu's character from Bill and Ted, what was it? Was it Bill or Ted? Probably one of the two. But if you take Keanu's character from the Bill and Ted movies, mix it in with of course Neo from the Matrix, and just very recently with with a bit of a pine with very recently with John Wick, you actually get Duke Kaboom, which is very equally amount of awesome in this, and yeah, like I said, Keanu Reeves actually pulled off a really great performance as Duke. I really love every minute when he's on screen, but nothing is compared to, of course, the two stuffed animals in one of the carnival games that they have there, which I think I will give this out to you guys, even though I could hardly remember those two characters' names. I think I will say the two stuffed animals that were in one of the carnival games in this movie, they are, of course, played by Keegan and Kel themselves, which, oh, no, no, that wasn't, Keegan and Kel, no, Key and Peele, yeah, Key and Peele, yeah, I'm very sorry if I, confuse, Keegan and Kel with Kel and Peele, which, but I guess nevertheless, the two stuffed animals played by Key and Peele in this movie, I have to say, they're the highlights of this movie. I think they stole the show every minute they're on screen, and I think which going back a bit on the comedy, which I have to say is actually really impressive. These two actually do know a thing or two about good comedy. In fact, I do kind of hear that they did improvise a bit when they're in the recording booth for this movie, but I have to say that's actually really awesome. In fact, I know one of the jokes that they had in there is, of course, the two stuffed animals actually attacking one person. Yeah, pretty much one of the jokes that they had there is, of course, the two stuffed animals, the Key and Peele stuffed animals pretty much attacking the person that they want to attack, when in reality, it's actually a little bit of a fantasy that they're reliving, which I have to say that actually did get me a good laugh. I really love how that turned out, and I think it was about this close that we would actually get a PG rating for this movie, but thankfully they didn't do that. They just kept it G, so yeah, I guess if anything, the two stuffed animals played by Key and Peele, which I have to say, they're the highlights of this movie. They have provided some really great comedy, and they steal the spotlight every minute that they're on screen, so yeah, I guess if anything, both pretty much the characters, both old and new, they're equally as likable. So, but I guess if anything, the animation, I have to say, it is spot on. I really love how it actually looks. I mean, I know how the animation turned out in the first three Toy Story movies, but thankfully Pixar has evolved over years, and this movie actually shows that they really did step things up a notch in terms of animation. So yeah, I guess if anything, the animation, I have to say, it looks gorgeous. I really love on how it turned out. Like you can actually see the threads of Wookiee, and actually see some scratches and some stickers peeling off with Buzz Lightyear, and not to mention the light reflections on Bo Peep, which I have to say is actually really impressive. In fact, not since Detective Pikachu have I actually seen really great texture in a movie, so yeah, I guess if anything, the animation, I have to say, I really love how it turned out, and Pixar has actually done a great job with it, regardless. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I know there's a lot to talk about, and I know my voice won't be going anytime soon, but it's actually well worth talking about, and yeah, I guess everything else that I have to say is that pretty much everything I have to say, like the cinematography, the music, the editing, pretty much everything else that I have to say, they're really spot on. I really liked how well crafted this movie is. So yeah, I guess you could tell by what I have to say. You'll know I love this movie fine, but yeah, I guess if anything, if I were to comment on anything wrong with this movie, I don't know. I'm not sure if I could comment on anything that I thought didn't work in this movie, or is there any problems that I found with it? I think it's pretty similar to how I feel about Avengers Endgame. I also love that movie, hands down, but I don't think there's anything wrong that I can find with this one, so there you go. So yeah, I guess if anything, I don't find anything wrong with this movie in general. I think pretty much of all the stuff that actually works in this movie, well, it actually works, so yeah, I have to say, I guess overall, I thought Toy Story 4 is actually a really great movie, and I know it's one of those sequels that nobody demanded for to begin with, because, yeah, like I said, Toy Story 3 ended on a perfect no. What's left to continue? Well, believe it or not, this movie actually did prove that there is more to cover after the gang is already giving to Bonnie after Andy is gone. So yeah, I guess if anything, overall, Toy Story 4 is actually a really impressive and really incredible movie to sit through, and not to mention, I think it's probably another one of the best out of all the Toy Story sequels. In fact, there's never going to be a day that there's going to be a Toy Story movie that's bad or anything. Not in terms of theatrical releases from we speak. So yeah, I guess if anything, I say this is actually well worth checking out, and of course, as usual, it'll definitely take you to infinity and beyond. So yeah, you see what I did there? So yeah, I guess if anything, if you haven't checked out Toy Story 4, I highly suggest you do. It is incredible to watch, and you're gonna have a good time seeing it. So yeah, that's pretty much what I gotta say. So for my final score right about now, I would definitely give this movie an outstanding 9 out of 10. So yeah, really great movie to watch. I highly recommend it, and definitely go check it out. So that's pretty much what I gotta say about this. So yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for watching my thoughts on Toy Story 4. Let me know in the comment section below if you actually saw it and what you think of this movie. And yeah, feel free to let me know in the comment section below on that, as well as leaving me a constructive criticism and or advice on how I can improve my videos as usual. So yeah. And of course, as usual, feel free to email me at my email address if you want to book me for a con or event or have any questions. And follow me on my social media sites such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram if you want to keep up to date with me. And of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to see more videos like this. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video, guys. I know it's exactly what I promised probably some little time ago, but hey, it's finally out there for all of you guys. And with that being said, we have I think we have already surpassed the halfway point for this year. So yeah, pretty much the first half of 2019 right about now. So what will be in store for the second half of 2019? Well, we'll find out soon enough. So yeah, I guess if anything, until the next thoughts video, somewhere around next month, depending on my busy schedule and whatnot, and yeah, like I said, given to my cosplay that I have out right about now, I will of course be attending Salt City Comic-Con coming up, which I know I'm gonna be looking forward to. So yeah, I guess if anything, we'll wait and see what happens. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.